Good afternoon. This is going to be quite the show. This is going to be quite the presentation. Today's date is August 15th, 2024. My intentions are to deliver the message from God that people that are sinning without trying to correct their actions from the past aren't going to get cookies in hell. And hell is basically what awaits the evil ones that are serving the larger evil one in the sky. Okay, so I'm going to be putting on my shirt, getting focused. We may play some music, but you need to understand what this is. This is going to be a sermon today. We are going to produce a sermon. Now, I've been doing this for 20 years. I have fallen into lust. I have used drugs. I have broke the law in my younger years. Okay, when I was on a very nasty substance. The real reason why certain people come into our lives is to take us down. Okay, we are the archetypes of the prison that we are living in. Okay, we create our own reality. Do you understand? And I have arrived here on the earth and in this community and on this YouTube channel in order to help you. God is calling me forward, but I don't hear him. I don't see him or her. I feel. And I said her because there is a goddess in the sky. She kissed me the other night. She came into form like the Pisces Sophia. How many of you at the local library know about the Pisces Sophia? How many of you know about these teachers of spirituality that have existed on our planet for so long? Now I understand. Now I understand why so many souls on this planet that are so corrupted are so beautiful, so gorgeous, so scrumptious, so delicious, because they are there to tempt us. And I'm not just talking about the women. Now, I'm hetero, but there's many, many handsome, gorgeous men that are scumbags. And when humans start to mate and procreate with people that have a spiritual nature to them, that know about what's happening with the sun, because I'll tell you what's happening with the sun. I shut down comments, but we had him comment at Mysterious Oklahoma. You can always email me. You can always email me. He asked me if I was aware of the X-class solar flare that occurred at 7:25 yesterday. That's 7-7. That is symbolic. And I am seeing 777 everywhere. On the clock, 7:14 or 7:21. You break down the number into 777. It's like, I automatically do this. Some of you may not know what I'm talking about when I talk about the numbers, but you need to start paying attention. And if the 225 starts calling you, if the 144 starts calling you, pay attention, because I think that's way, way more deeper than the 33, than the 777 or the 111. Pause while I get my tea. No caffeine this week. Seriously. Now, the Muslims need to understand something. I need to speak explicitly about the reality that we live in from time to time to wake people up from their chains. Okay? And I understand it's going to offend some of you. But the fact is, a lot of men need this content right now, and some women need this content, even if I'm going to meet them, fall in love with them, send them to my channel, and then will never speak to me again. And here's what I think is going on. I speak at a level that's beyond their level of recognition, and I misjudge people to be angelic because they're gorgeous, because they put off a glow. I don't think that's lust necessarily. That's the desire to love someone that fits the profile, that looks like the goddess, that looks like a beautiful woman, that you can see the beauty in her. But if the beauty is just external and there's nothing inside, we know there's a heart inside her. We know there are other things inside her. We know there are organs inside her and inside all the women and men. But what is the true spiritual gnosis? You know, it's like I want to tell a certain somebody that at one point that I was emailing, hey, if you don't want me message, maybe you should tell me you play Call of Duty. Maybe you should tell me you like bad boys. Maybe you should tell me you like the U.S. military. Maybe you should tell me you don't believe that 9/11 was a setup, and you truly believe that you were born into a world where the government that created the causes and conditions for you to come to life actually murdered my kind. That doesn't mean that we're enemies. It means that I've been asking some of you to join forces with me. I am of an ethnicity that has been wiped off the face of the earth and is being wiped. And some of you don't agree with that because of weaponized migration. That's for them. I, as an individual, have been singled out. And I'm not a Muslim. That's the crazy thing. Now, the reason why I don't have the love of Muslims and Arabs is because I don't speak their language. And I'm not in their culture. A lot of these people are very also conditioned by their fathers in very specific ways. And so I don't see my own people or Muslims or Afghans or Arabs as better than other people and more spiritual, or people that like me more than you. You, the Anglo-Saxon with the occasional heterosexual black man that may show up, right? I appreciate you. I appreciate you when you show up and you are diverse also outside the box of white, and you let me know that. But right now, I'm looking at our world, and you need me to be on point right now. Our world seems to be destroyed by hate and evil. Our world seems to be ending now with demonic people and demonic websites and demonic technologies, including YouTube. YouTube promotes videos in which couples are being attacked by bikers in the Wasp Mean Man video. And I'm telling you, these things are suggested to me. Violence is suggested. And I see now in my heart that I'm living on a hellish planet where many of the young women cannot be reached for romance. And if they are aware of adult content and they don't like it, they might think that that's how men are. Or they may become aware that most men are being programmed that way, or they may not accept me for exposing it because I made the mistake. And I've pleaded with them to forgive me, for I didn't know any better. I was born in Portland. My mother and father did not warn me, and they will be chastised until they are gone from this earth. They did not warn me about morality. I made mistakes shoplifting as a child, but my mother was a thief. All she did was steal and steal and steal from her dad, and maybe her brothers too, energetically. Never wanted to work to get and keep a good man. Always wanted everything to be paid for her, be it the state of what or her dad. I mean, there's a whole generation of women out there that only believe in using men and using dance. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake that booty. Shake that booty. Shake, shake, shake. Mind control. Shake, shake, shake. Shake that booty. Shake that booty. And that's what it is. It's mind control. A lot of disco is mind control. And it's the same mind control. Women right now are hearing songs about going downtown and getting fucked by the brothers. They're hearing about that big sausage. This is horrible. This is horrible. I want to go out and meet a nice religious woman. But I think some of them are going so far in the extreme sex area, at least with godly men, that they're still going to end up duped in the end. Women are not born to be sex slaves, but I need to tell you something. Our genitalia was created for children. And us living in a world where people fornicate too much and break hearts too much and share energy too much and infect people with demons too much and drink alcohol too much, and they leave people too much. Now, if we had a sexual society, I'll stop saying fornication, where people were connecting and being kind to one another and couples working together to change the world. And what I've said for years is that a lot of couples are greedy and selfish, especially when they're addicted to sex. They become addicted to each other, they hump and fuck, they crank out kids, and they now are a cult. It's them versus the world. I have seen these people forever throughout my life. They're a cult. Many families are nothing more than a cult. I'm not attacking them. I'm saying they're nothing more than a cult. I'm not saying harm them. I'm saying a lot of families, a lot of men and women, they only want to bust a nut. Okay? They only want to get theirs and have an orgasm. For a lot of people, the marriage is a ball and chain shackle to and then you own that shit. So a lot of people, they get married so they can strap someone down and fuck them. And then crank out some kids, yeah, to suck on Satan's cock. Woohoo, high five. Not attacking anybody, but I'm saying there's more to life than that. And society worships the married man. Society scorns the single man. What's wrong with him? Why doesn't he have any friends? Well, maybe it's the charge and voltage that he's carried. Now that I made a vow to not stare at women and give them my loosh, because they don't want it. If you wanted it, you would have responded when I was talking to you to begin with. And so when the cute Latina sits down next to me for the second or third time, I looked at her beautiful brown legs because I want to reprogram my consciousness to be more attracted to brown people rather than white women that don't even want me looking at them anyways. We're talking to them or sending them links or trying to wake them up to the dangers that surround them and their brothers. I need to care more about Latino brothers and young boys waking up and help them become good men. Tell them why they shouldn't watch that content. Tell them why they shouldn't let their sisters and their mothers and their girlfriends' apathy about human trafficking turn them into porno addict monsters, because many men become monsters because the women in their lives don't tell their brothers to be heroes. I'm a bad man for being sexually and spiritually attracted to women that don't want to fight human trafficking, only their own. And then they fear me as the one to hide from. So this Latina, and I'm praying away the feelings for her wonderful body that would love on planet B to produce healthy, strong, educated children on and for. Within 1 minute, she's up and walks out in an angry way. What did I do to her? Other than have this on and bring in that spirit of concentration. But she had done that twice. Walk in and then have a hoity-toity, like go out. And so when I go in that sauna, I am going to war on my inner shaitan. When I go in that sauna, I am engaging in mortal combat on my daydreaming about this person, about that person. I'm going in that sauna and I'm creating my day. I'm going in that gym and I'm pumping up and I'm doing yoga. And then I go back to that bag. Boom, boom, boom. Then go back to breathing. Open up the heart chakra like no martial arts does. I am a man on a planet of 8 billion who says things no man does. No man says the things I say on a planet of 8 billion. You think for a second that I would not think that I'm a member of the 144,000? Of course I am. Don't betray me. Don't ignore me. Don't insult me. Don't barrage me with emails. Respect me. If you're not going to buy my books, ask for a copy. You now live in a world where you are bombarded with X-class solar flares. I proved to you that I was way more legit than David Icke and Alex Jones on that level. They're not even in my league. But yet people, because they're possessed at times by shaitan, that's what I believe, that everybody has an entity attachment. Everybody. And when you break contracts with the devil, even those people in your inner circle that you trusted with your fucking life will say things that are not of God. The second you address your lust, oh, you're so lustful. The second you call homosexual, oh, you sound like such a faggot. Bully behavior, prison consciousness. And see, I am asking you to evolve beyond who you were. I'm asking myself to evolve beyond who I was last week. And this is going to make some of you angry with the new me. Furious with the new me. Scared of the new me. Now, I identify with the information coming from the chosen videos. But I think a lot of them are bunk. Because they're lying and saying that our world is about to be transformed to this beautiful new earth. And they're way too focused on black people being enlightened. Those black people at the gym are pretty damn allergic to my spirituality. But they're way less allergic to it, just so you know, than my own people and white people. And young Latinas are the most allergic to me. Any pretty Latina who I'm going to be most attracted to, because I probably have history with Latinas in a past life. And also there are genetic ties between the East and the Latina culture. Hector Combo knows this. Many Latina females do not. And so, because I am outside their heritage, it's possible that when I talk to people that are addicted to screens, that live their whole life on cell phones, that I'm dealing with the demonic attachments that they struggle with. I just looked down at the screen and it was 1421, time code for 777. So the universe, folks, can speak to us through clocks, through numbers, until we realize that we are being called to duty. And I'm being called to duty now. So what are you learning from today's sermon? Spirit is animating flesh. Flesh is out of control with lust and lustful thoughts. My body is attacking me for not engaging in certain actions. I refuse to let Shaitan make me single forever. I am of the belief that Allah or God must bless me with a wife. I am of the belief that I am to earn God's favor, not yours. And she will arrive from the cosmos, or I will be sent back by the cosmic bouncer of life once my voltage comes too high. Out of the pool, out of the pool. I bullhorn, by the way, children in the pool. You know the authorities know about me. I will megaphone this town no more. But there's a blog out there for those of you that know the name of the town and the word truth. Name of the town and the word truth and Substack. Okay. I'm going to be writing about human trafficking locally. I'm going to be teaching I'm going to be literally addressing Latino males. Because when I see Latino males sitting in the car and sitting in the sauna, and they seem way more comfortable around me than a lot of people, Latino males, I know they need love. I know they need a big brother. I know they need a hug. I know they need a boxing lesson. I'm not worried about these guys here. But Latinos can be fierce fighters and very spiritual and poetic. But this place is hurting them. How? The air, the chemtrails. Okay, factories, plants, fluoride in the water, and forever chemicals are in the water. And we can keep going. I am experiencing psychic attack, possibly from aspects of the Latino community, for attempting to help their sisters and daughters. And then someone tried to turn around on me, but it might have been a troll, the hidden hand. My girlfriend's scared because of you. Click on the profile, the hidden hand. What type of legitimate boyfriend would say that? If the women are watching now, they need to know that I'm so fucked with by evil people on the internet that they say stupid shit. So I'm going to be writing a book about my life. I don't know when it's going to start, but I know that we are in countdown to 777. All right? And I'm not predicting the end of the world, but I am predicting massive transformation. But not a new age transformation where everyone becomes conscious and the world's problems become fixed. These allegations, these false promises are insulting to those of us that are suffering. Now, if you believe or have come to believe at some point that you are a targeted individual, have you or have you not taken a few hours to hear what I'm saying about the archons? I recommend that everybody look at the past video that I made, have some white individuals, Americans, become targeted individuals. It's very clickbait-ish until you actually hear what it is and then dislike it. It's about being targeted in your mind to become callous to worship yourself and your own ass. Oh my God, I'm being targeted by everyone and everything. Yeah, but are you doing anything to speak out against certain things going on? Do you have a history with regards to, because there is a reason why some people struggle, even me. But I know that I am actually pushing back and saying things that no man is. So it would make sense for them to target me like Adjustment Bureau and then use mind control on the women so they have the so they could only think negative thoughts about me. And that's what's happened to my father's family. Now think about that. I say Afghan lives matter. I want to start an Afghan History Month. And Zahir Wahab of Lewis and Clark College, who probably earns Zionist money, like my dad who works in higher education. These immigrants, these beautiful Arabic daughters and immigrants that are in America now, they're a lot like these Latinas and white American women that only want to worship makeup and flesh and screens. We have been left behind by our women. Shaitan has them. Now, if Shaitan does not have you, then you should speak up. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of you ladies are in the conspiracy audience because so much of the conspiracy relates to the role that you also are playing also. You're spectators and your information gathers for them in some cases. We know that's the case with my mother. The lady may have had me microchipped in 1980 with Carl Simonton. They slept and fornicated in the same bed when I was sleeping when they went to Canada. That's carnalism. That's anal as fuck. And they are into the anal. The Nagels are anal as fuck. And so you need to understand that we live in this horrible, horrible world now where if there is any ascension, okay, you need to understand that the vast majority of the people talking ascension online and chosen ones online are not actually challenging their audience to do anything. Okay? And then they're basically engaged in narcissism. Oh, this is why people don't want to be around you. But if someone can prove that they are an author, that they have talked about the future, that they care about people, there really is an argument, and it's a large one, that spiritual people are oppressed on earth now. Be you man, be you woman, be you Afghan, be you Arabic, be you Latina, heavy, thin, it doesn't matter your race. Okay? And that's where Adjustment Bureau, got to get that movie and talk over it. It has to do with the archons or demons in interrupting his ability to find love, because the entities or demons or angels or spirits working with him saying, no, we have a mission for you and you're not to meet her. You were never meant to meet her. But when he met her, he knew her because she was a critical character in his, I want to say deeper than life, like soul journey. Well, that's how I feel at times when I meet people, and it's very rare. Okay. But Shaitan can infect our mind knowing we're looking for the one and manipulate us through the brain chemistry. And then we thinking we found the one, and then we have a little bit of communication, and then it's not the person that's to blame. Evolving this beyond Eve Lorgan's, speculations, but it's the aliens, the archons, the demons, the lower energy. So a lot of people from third world cultures, Latinos, Middle Eastern people, could really benefit from my lifetime of information, because I see a lot of you as victims, because you weren't forced to be homeless, because you weren't forced to experience certain things, because like my friend was allowed to go to college or had those opportunities, I was not. You haven't faced the skid row of life yet to send you screaming to the hills. And that's good. I'm happy for you that you have familia, that you have a network. But the truth is, I am way more discriminated and hated than any of your people. And I am really offended when I see people talk about Latino Lives Matter and other groups matter. When you have your own clan, you need to know that I am excommunicated from Islamic people. Pause. So, when I played that trance music yesterday and I see that beautiful Arabic woman, I also remind myself that creator of that video is setting up a bunch of people to lust for that woman, the veil too, including myself. How do I know she's even real? She might even be AI. And see, that's the problem. We human beings are being conditioned to be attracted to other humans on screens, but they're not humans in the end. In the end, they are modifying like Facebook to get us men to be super lustful, to look for women with big lips. When I was on YouTube yesterday, I was listening to a lot of trance, psychedelic trance, and there was heavy, heavy sexualization of the white woman with her mouth open, with her tongue out. And there's lots of the mouth with the white woman open, with her tongue open, waiting for, expletive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're offended, unsubscribe now, you're not welcome here. Let your shaitan be burned, because that's what's happening. Your inner demon is being burned, woman, when I'm around you. Your unresolved issues is being your anger at me that I looked at you. You're angry with me that I exist. You're angry with me when I bring up those things. You're angry with me for bringing up these things. And yet I know I'm psychic. I know that I can warn you people on video about the pink booty shorts, and boom, pink booty short girl is in the news. But very few people, how many people knew it was about the booty shorts? It's not her fault. But it is the fault of her parents for saying that there are men that don't respect women, that make a beeline for people that wear certain clothing and attire. Now that I'm walking a certain godly path, that I have this Jesus bracelet on, which some people might think is a homo bracelet, people are fleeing from me. Now, I sat in the sauna and I prayed for a Muslim woman. I will come to aspects of the spiritual side of the religion if one will find me. The problem is they have never had a history of liking me. And I think I'm selling myself short if I look for an Afghan. I think I need to get outside even like that box, because there's something really wrong with those people if they've never seen anything in me. But Arabic women, Saudi women, they tend to be very hoity-toity. And that's what you whites and Anglos may not realize about the predicament I'm in sexually. Now, I have not had pleasurable, you know what, for many years because the people that made a beeline for my energy and frequency were not good women. And I never went on the hunt, so to speak, to approach a woman individually until maybe 15 days ago. I use the word hunt loosely. It is not common for me to go, I am picking you as someone to talk to that may have morals, that may want a man who doesn't want his potential daughter or children or other daughters to be contaminated by adult content. I want to respect you and hold you. And even if I'm not Superman, I want to pretend I'm Superman. I want to pretend that God is shining his light down on both of us for being moral and that he will protect us from Shaitan, from his wrath that will come through Shaitan, and that we will go up to where we belong, that I can hold you by the arms and love you in the way in which you need to be loved. And then we will levitate to paradise. I know our world is hell. I have visions of it all the time. I have visions of it, and I glanced because I was curious, okay, on those websites. And I've seen how they are recreating hell on adult websites of aliens raping women. And when I became aware that women were watching that stuff, and if you have an argument that they're lying to us, present the argument. But there has never been a female audience support grassroots movement from within this audience to say that my life matters. They're always trolling. And if they're not trolling, they're new women yet that haven't yet been turned on me. And usually women, when they realize that I'm no good, that if they feel attacked by me, no, it's the demons that are being attacked by me. And we all have that stuff. The problem is nobody is taught that. And that's the other thing. So Islam and Muslims are being attacked because they want to cover up. And I respect a woman, regardless of her religion, for not showing her ass. Now I see the reality of this society, the Satanism. It's all about turning women into fucking prostitutes. And I'm going to go down in history and be respected by women in the future when the money has disappeared and they hunt the women for money. There will be a fight to restore peace. And men, little boys that are born will be taught to respect women. And they won't be watching porno. So if there is any salvation coming from hell, it will be the rebuild. And I have articles about the rebuild. If you would read it, it's in my book. I tell the women not to be afraid of the solar flares. But I criticize this environment. I criticize urban living, and I say, this is not what you want to do for what's coming. You want to head to the hills, and because of some people, I don't want to talk about them anymore, or W, I came here, and I'm scared, folks. But Sufi reality says to not fear. Nurajan says not fear. Nurajan says to be calm for the day in which we return to Allah. I'm not an Orthodox Muslim, but the hate of those people who want their women protected and covered up, some of them, it makes sense now. It makes sense now, and it's not okay. I see a day in which the Dajjal, the Antichrist, because I look at the spiritual side of Islam and the true spiritual side of Christianity that the Orthodox Christians are not promoting. And I see the same essence. And I'm not the only one. So what I'm going to have to do is expand my work, folks. Be on this channel, be on the other channel, and create another website for a national audience that doesn't have my surname and my back history. Next to that, I'm going to have to create an Afghan History Month for Afghans, Muslims, and Arabs so that Arabs and Muslims can come to respect Afghanistan and Maz bin Jabal, who rode with the Prophet, who is my ancestor. Okay, so in the end, the many, many Muslims on Facebook locally and the many, many Christians, in my opinion, are not Muslim and they're not Christian. They're possessed by evil because they won't let me post to find my family or familia. And I take that as an insult. The descendant of Maz bin Jabal has spoken. Do not come against me when I'm here to help you. Do not come against me when I'm here to educate you. Do not attack my people when that essence is the magic that came to me, that draw you to me to begin with. Do not look a gift horse in the mouth. Do not say that you are so great, you are so intelligent, but the people, your dad and them, they're garbage, but our people are so good. Do not even think that in your mind if you want my respect. I want those of you godly men and women to email me when you feel comfortable, and you will get access to more spiritual channels that won't be here. God bless. In Jesus' name, amen.